What's up, guys? It's Scion, and I am back, and we're going to get right into award season with the top most improved MMOs. Now, there's a lot of MMOs out there that actually made strides this year, and I'm going to mention them in honorable mentions, but there's only going to be top 5 because there's no reason to have a whole big old list and just to say, hey, you didn't make the top 5, so we're not going to do that. But these games that I have particularly at the top 5 are going to be super. I think they came a long way in 2016, and they probably have a good lifetime expectancy behind them, and there's going to be a few that you're going to be shocked. You're going to be like, bro, really? But we're going to get right into it. And number 5 is basically Tera. Tera has done a good job from going from just being like PvP and that action game to being an all-around game. They even went back and changed up some of the older classes so it's not so sucky, as I want to say. Like the sorcerer class used to suck. And then they even came in with this brawler class, which is pretty good. The only knock on Tera right now is that they keep going and concentrating on female characters and just, sex and everything else like that. Sex sells, apparently. Well, you guys know sex sells, but either way, the game has made a lot of strides, and hopefully they get a little bit more males into the character customization and some more male classes, and we'll be all good. I think Tera's doing a really good job of bringing itself up and remaining relevant in all of this, so I give them props, and they get my number 5 on the list. Now, when we get into this, number 4 is basically Star Trek Online. Star Trek Online, again, has made a lot of strides, just like Tera has. It's actually become a very good game overall for free-to-play people as well as pay-to-play people. They're keeping it balanced. There's going to be pay-to-win in games like this because it's a free-to-play game, and you have to give the pay players some type of advantage or reason to pay. So they've actually done a very good job of not allowing that to be at a point where it's just like, bro, I can't even keep up with these people. Even when you get tier 6 ships in this game, tier 5 people or people who are paying freely can still kill them. Matter of fact, there's some tier 5 ships that are even better than the tier 6 ships, and that's something good to be said, that free to play still has a chance at actually doing something. I'll give them some props on that, so they get number 4. Number 3, Path of Exile. Path of Exile has, again, like the other two, come a long way. The game continuously gets better over the course of time. Is probably, I think, me particular, and it might be a little bit of a spoiler, I think this might be the best ARPG around right now, especially with the way that market is, the way that you can get things in the game, and nothing is pay to win in this game. Everything is pretty much cosmetic, and you need skill to actually win. The builds in this game are excellent. Fighting in this game is excellent. The classes is excellent. Their skill system overall is excellent. I just have a lot of fun in this game, and a lot of people swear by it, and I'm swearing by it too. That's why they get my 3rd spot and the most improved for the year. They just keep going, man. Number 2, Warcraft. Now I know you guys are like, what? Well, hear me out. When the Burning Legion came out, this game was at its peak, but every expansion system, it has gone down. And what they have done with Legion, which is pretty telling, is they have come back, man. It's come far back. It's at the point now where this game is just beyond awesome. Being that it's an old school game, it still has its age. They've done a really good job, and I give them props, man. They came back. They're back. You can't say nothing. There's no WoW killer. WoW killed it, all that talk. Honorable mentions: Neverwinter, Alage, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Crowfall, and Exile. Now, Neverwinter, man, that game, it should be on the list, but it just can't quite make it with these other games. They've done a good job in Neverwinter. It's always been one of those fun games, and it's starting to be less pay to win, which I can give them props for. Alage is the same way. Lord of the Rings have gone a long way of not being so buggy and people cheating. And then you just got Star Wars. Star Wars is always solid, and then overall, man, there's just so much love in these games, and I have to give them their due. Number 1, Elder Scrolls Online. Now, Elder Scrolls was on this deathbed. It was really on this deathbed. It was super gone, and we're going to take a little bit of time to actually talk about Elder Scrolls because, let's face it, when this game was first mentioned, and they built it a little bit like it was going to be like Skyrim, but we all knew that was kind of hard to do because the reason what makes Skyrim so good is the story and the lore behind it in the mods. The company will not say that, Bethesda will not say that, but it's the mods. That's what makes Skyrim literally as good as it is. It's the fact that you can put Skyrim, like you can literally make Skyrim into another game. But Bethesda does not like the fact that literally it's the community that makes Skyrim as good as it is. The Skyrim as a base game is excellent. The DLCs, the expansions, and everything else is excellent. But as a base game, it's the mods. Now, what happened with this particular game with Elder Scrolls Online is it had to follow that, and that is so hard to freaking do. You can't follow a game that can be morphed and made into anything. So they initially tried at first, but then they figured out that it was a little bit harder than they seemed. So then they came out with the One Tamriel patch. What the One Tamriel patch basically did is it brought back the complete sandbox open exploration in this particular game, and it made it a lot like Skyrim. Now, when you come into the game, you can pretty much go where you want. The game is going to adjust to whatever your power is, and you can feel like you have a real sense of adventure, which is exactly what the game was supposed to be in the beginning. It's sad that it took that long, but here we are, and the game is awesome. The skill system is awesome. You can pretty much do what you want in the skill system within means that there's still some things that you need to actually do that would be what would be considered, cookie cutter and stuff like that, but you still have leeway, and a lot of that is gone in games now. Take, for example, Skyrim. I mean, not Skyrim, Skyforge. Skyforge has basically neutered itself. Warcraft, even though it's on this list, has neutered its skill system. There's so many games out there that basically took away your leeway. They took away what made you good, what made you have fun. And those games that just say, hey, this is a template, this is going to be the template, and you're going to have to follow behind that template, or, sucks for you because you got to do that template. It's not necessarily like that in this game, and that's what makes that's one of the things that makes it good, along with the story and it being open and freely that you can just have for fun in the adventure. Sometimes you just want to go into a game and just lose yourself in the lore, and you can completely do that in Elder Scrolls Online, and that's what makes it number one on this list, because they came back from the dead where people were just saying F this game, the population was terrible, it was down, nobody wanted to play it anymore, and they came all the way back. So I give them the number one. They get my most props for most improved of the year. There's other games that did not make the list, like the Division, but the Division has yet, it's almost there, and it could have made the list, but it's not quite there yet, so I left it completely off the list, but I am mentioning it now. The Division has come a long way too. But other than that, you guys, on the bottom left is going to be more of award season. On the bottom right is going to be the MMO show. Top right is going to be Lady Legacy. Top left is going to be a random video. If you guys want to be first in notifications, go ahead, hit that bell underneath next to subscription. I will see you guys soon, and look forward to more award season videos for the rest of the week.